Hello, in this video we're going to take a look at the LG Optimus 4X against some other leading smartphones to compare the physical size. So let's start with the BlackBerry Bold 9900, a bit of a different form factor but worth comparing none the least. We can see that in terms of width the LG is the slightly bigger unit and it is of course longer as well. In terms of thickness, although the BlackBerry looks thicker, when you lie it down on a tabletop there isn't an awful lot of difference. The BlackBerry is a little bit thicker but no considerable differences there, but you do have to bear in mind that these are sort of targeted for different audiences, but it's worth comparing the two because the BlackBerry is so popular. Bringing in the HTC One X, well, you can see initially the One X has much more of a curvature about it, where the LG has curved but sort of sharper edges. So if we lay them down, the actual profile size isn't much difference. The corner does have an effect though because they're more swept on the One X. There's next to nothing in terms of the difference in the width there. You'd be very hard pushed to tell. And same story goes actually for the length as well. In actual fact, it almost feels like the One X is slightly longer and slightly wider just because it's got a little bit more curve, whereas the LG has a flatter side to each device. In terms of weight, again, not a lot of difference to it. You can see some obviously physical differences in terms of the layout of some of the features, but very comparable devices. We then have the very popular iPhone 4, so there's quite considerable differences in terms of the size there. The iPhone is dwarfed by the LG. The LG would in a way look thinner from a side profile, but lay it down on a desktop and there is no difference really to the human eye there. Negligible if there is. And in terms of actual weight, the LG does feel the heavier device. And finally, the Samsung Galaxy S2, and the LG looks very similar to the Samsung. It's got that sort of slightly squarer feel with the curved edges. The device is longer. It is also wider, but you have to consider that the LG has the bigger screen. In terms of thickness, not a lot in it. It shares a lot of characteristics there in terms of the thickness. And laid down on a surface, you might just say the Galaxy S2 is slightly thicker, but again, it's quite hard to tell the difference, and you'd be picky to say one was thicker than the other, really. So that's just a quick hardware comparison of the LG Optimus 4X HD against other leading smartphones.